After their first Imperial assignment led them to an unnamed moon in search of the Jedi Ahsoka Tano, new revelations have revealed that their search has taken yet another step. Security recordings for a crashed Jedi cruiser revealed that the clone, known as CT-7567, Captain Rex, had betrayed the Empire in favor of assisting Tano. It was clear that if the clone Force 99 wanted to find her, Rex was going to have to be a big part of that search.
How the heck are we supposed to find that Reg and a Jedi? They might not even be together.
Wrecker marched up the entrance ramp of the personal starship of Clone Force 99, falling in line behind his brothers.
Trust me, they're together.
Hunter sat down as he removed his helmet.
If there's one thing true about traitors, they're all one and the same. No doubt they keep in contact at least.
Tech initiated the takeoff sequence for the ship as he turned to join the conversation. And I think I know exactly where to start our search. Despite his behavior, CT-7567 is still bred to be a soldier. That in mind, he could be assisting in efforts to combat the new Empire.
There's no way Rex could be that idiotic. The Empire is order. Even he could understand that.
Hunter spoke from his previous experience working alongside Rex. He knew that there had to be something different about the clone.
Times are changing, Hunter. If he was foolish enough to help the Jedi, he's foolish enough to fight the Empire. It's our job to stop him.
Crosshair's right. But before we advance, I believe it's best we inform the Admiral of our next move. Tech activated the long-range communicator on the ship, and before long, the Admiral was standing before them, yet it wasn't who they were expecting.
Clone Force 99. I am Admiral Rampart, the new Imperial lead here on Kamino. Admiral Tarkin said you will report in soon with details of your mission. This new Admiral appeared much younger than Tarkin, yet there existed this burning passion for order at any cost in his eyes. Yes, Admiral Rampart. We've tracked the last known whereabouts of the Jedi to an unknown moon, but the trail's gone cold here. We suspect she is still in contact with the rogue clone, and we need to find him to continue our search. Hunter didn't care much for who the Empire had them reporting to, as long as they were going to get the job done. Finding Rex was going to be an extremely time-critical aspect of this mission, and he hoped Rampart understood that. I see. I inquire a reason for contact goes deeper than just a status update then, Sergeant. Sir, we need any reports of insurgent activity. We believe given his nature, he might be associated with any of these groups.
Rampart paused for a moment. Hunter noticed the Admiral seemed to be logging some sort of information.
So you believe rogue clones could be inclined to fight against the Empire? No, sir. CT-7567 is a rare breed, a Generation 1 clone who served for virtually the entire war. That's all he knows.
Very well. Patching the information to you now. I trust this will serve your team well. Admiral Rampart ended the transmission as the insurgency information arrived soon after. Crosshair shuffled through it all as he highlighted 2 cases of interest. He relayed his findings to the team.
There are 2 cases of insurgency that spark particular interest. The first is on the planet of Onderon. Rebels that have fought against the Separatist occupation are now turning their efforts. Cross-referencing old Republic records show that CT-7567 assisted in training these rebels, yet it was meant to be off the books. Then there's a droid disassembly factory that's been raided.
What's so interesting about that?
The only thing taken was the head of a tactical droid. With the droid army out of commission, the only purpose it would serve falls under a tactical category, such as training an army for another war.
Onderon is first. The traitor has clear ties to that planet. If he's not there, I'm willing to bet he has been. Tech, let's get moving. Clone Force 99 now prepared for their first venture to the planet of Onderon. The world falls in a short list of planets that fought their own war outside of the clone conflict. They were led by the Guerrera siblings for a better part of their war against the Separatists until the death of Stella Guerrera. Since then, her brother Saul became sole leader, and his tactics have become increasingly brazen. Now the Empire has overtaken, and his fight became far more gruesome. This is something the local commander informed Clone Force 99 of once they arrived to the capital city. Saul Guerrera and his forces are held up somewhere in the jungles on the outskirts of the sector. We can supply a probe droid to assist in your efforts. Thank you, Commander. Hunter turned to Tech standing behind him. You handle that probe droid. Wrecker, Crosshair, let's gear up. It would take some time before the probe droid returned with the information they sought. Yet once it did, Clone Force 99 was more than prepared. Tech returned to his brothers, who sat ready to move out. The probe droid has located Guerrera's insurgents. They're in Sector ZA-113. Enough of the numbers, let's go! Wrecker charged through the jungle as the rest of Clone Force 99 headed out as well. The reason for the hulking clone's pace came as a result of promised action. He hadn't gotten in a shootout since the end of the war, and his blood was boiling for it. Hunter could sense this as he made sure one thing was understood. If the clone or Saw Guerrera are here, they're to stay alive until we get what we need. Got it, Wrecker? Yeah, I got it. Wrecker let out a laugh as they continued to traverse the jungle. As they got closer, Hunter was able to corral Wrecker as they prepped for their assault. Not much in the way of an overlook, so Crosshair, you'll be charging in with us. Wrecker, you'll take point. If any of them get close, you send them to the ground. Remember, if CT-7567 or Saw Guerrera are spotted, no killing, wound shots only. Just as Hunter finished his orders, shots rang out, but not from his team. The insurgents had spotted them and weren't willing to wait to be ambushed. Clone Force 99 now sprang into action, and everyone had to admit that combat felt great. Punch through, boys! Hunter nudged at Wrecker to take up position next to him as they emerged from their cover. Crosshair found a point to take cover as he fired lethal shots at the insurgents. Even though the rush of warfare was refreshing, a ship taking off immediately reminded them of the time-sensitive status of this mission. They're evacuating! Push harder! None of them are leaving today! As the firefight continued to erupt, Clone Force 99 pressed forward to what was clearly a campsite. Crosshair spotted a ship being loaded with insurgents, and among them was Saw Guerrera. He aimed his scope and for a second had Guerrera in his sights. Then he aimed towards the pilot of the ship, and one shot left the vessel with a dead driver. Hunter, Guerrera is at the ship. He won't be taking off anytime soon. Let's finish this! Round them up! As their numbers started dropping, the insurgents eventually surrendered to their adversaries, something Guerrera couldn't believe as he resented raising his hands in defeat. He was approached by the Clone Force 99, who clearly had interest in him. Saw Guerrera, leader of the Onderon Rebellion. You are a courageous soldier, but it's pointless to fight the Empire. You can only last so long. What I'm doing isn't dependent on me living. It's about making sure the fight lasts, which you're never going to combat against. You keep thinking that, but you're going to tell us one thing. Where's CT-7567? Guerrera looked at Hunter in disgust. I don't know anyone whose name is a number, scum. Fine. Let's rephrase so you'll understand. Where is the clone you know as Captain Rex? This isn't an army. We don't have ranks. It became clear that Hunter was growing tired of the question dodging, and Crosshair had a new suggestion. Maybe if he doesn't want to talk, silencing some of his friends will give him some encouragement. Crosshair aimed his blaster at an unarmed soldier as he looked toward Hunter for approval. Hunter locked eyes with Crosshair's target as he signaled for him to take the shot. In an instant, the man was lifeless on the ground, yet Guerrera didn't even look at the man. Feel like telling the truth now, Guerrera? Hunter thought the intimidation was a start, but it quickly became clear more had to be done. Fine. Crosshair, keep going until he starts talking. And if he doesn't, civilians are fair game too. Are you mad? Saul finally broke his silence.
You would do anything searching for one man. You want to know the truth? He was here, but he left long before you got here.
Hunter aimed his blaster at Saul, who didn't flinch in the face of death.
If he isn't here, then you know what to say next. Where did he go? You don't scare me, clone. You're nothing but a tool for the Empire, and you always have been. It was just too late before anyone realized. We're not here for your speeches, Guerrera.
Saul soon smirked, the only visible expression of emotion he displayed this entire time. It's not the speech you'll remember. The members of Clone Force 99 all shared a moment of confusion before the insurgent leader shouted, "Now!" An explosion soon followed that rocked everyone to the ground. Hunter was knocked unconscious and was awoken by the sounds of blasted fire as clone reinforcements arrived to stave off the last of Guerrera's forces.
Where's Guerrera?
Hunter shouted as Wrecker carried him to the shuttle.
He escaped. We got bigger problems. Crosshair's hurt. Bad.
Wrecker dragged Hunter back onto the shuttle and saw Crosshair sitting with bandages covering his head. It seemed shrapnel from the blast nearly caught his hide. Luck was on his side. Tech played medic as he now assessed the injuries that Hunter may have suffered. And you seem lucky too. Any more force and you would have been out of commission as well.
Which means I'm not. We have to get moving. Guerrera has the information we need.
Hunter brushed aside Tech's medical equipment. The clone had to put a fork in Hunter's idea. Actually, sir, I think Braca would serve us more. We have an alert that clones were spotted inside a scraped cruiser on the world. CC-7567 is sure to have something to do with this.
Fine. Braca it is.
Hunter took the moment to relax as the ship took off. Though the lead on Onderon proved to be a bust, the hunt for CT-7567 and the Jedi he assisted still rolled on.